What's up, fellas? It's nice to see you guys again. I really didn't think I'd be back here, but it is a fantastic evening to tell strangers on the internet how I feel. So, it's Jover, right? The amazing, fantastic person I described last week, has cut contact with me and unadded me on all social medias. I don't know why. I have literally zero clue. And I know a lot of people say that, and there's something super obvious they did, but I genuinely have no clue, right? So, that sucks. I figured that out Wednesday, which was yesterday, and I was just thinking, why? Because we're such good friends. We've got so much in common. You told me you felt safe around me. So I don't know exactly what I did to jeopardize all that. But yeah, it's just kind of weird, cutting all forms of contact with me, unfollowing me on TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat. I know, ooh, big deal. But I'm never gonna be able to speak to this person again, and I don't know why. So that sucks. Yeah, it all just kind of came as a shock, because we hung out Saturday, and obviously, because I'm a fucking dork, that went like shit. So I tried to force a date out of it, even though I wanted it to be platonic. But yeah. So that obviously went like shit, but I really didn't think it was that bad, So yeah, Wednesday, I've been open on Snap for 5 days at this point. So I just go back to check, just in case she'd sent me something, and I see the X on the right side of the screen. I guess right side, I don't know. I see the X, that means you've been unadded. And I'm like, hold on, what? Unadded? What do you mean unadded? And so I go and check Instagram, and I'm like, she unfollowed me. Why? So I sent her a text, right? I said, did I upset you? Peak male intelligence right there. Shouldn't have said that. Should have led with a real apology for something I don't know I did, right? So she reads it 20 minutes later, never responds, of course. Peak women intelligence. And obviously doesn't respond to that. So about a day goes around. Later that day, so I sent her that text, are you upset, at 2. Later, around 7, there's been no response. She's very good at responding to texts. I text her again, right? And I go it's this well-worded apology, right? And it's well thought out. It's polite. There's no negativity, no hostility at all. It's, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did to cause this, and I'm sure not knowing frustrates you even more. Use that, by the way. Pander. Anyways, so essentially, I'm just saying, I'm sorry. I don't know why we're ending this friendship. I really enjoy being your friend, but if you don't want to continue, that's fine. And I said, I would really love to know, but if you don't feel comfortable sharing, then please don't. I shouldn't have added that last sentence. I don't care, really. I'm very, very curious as to what could have possibly led to this. I figured we were good friends. And I know, hanging out that Saturday was pretty awkward, but really? That's enough to throw away 100 days of a friendship? I just don't understand, But I'm just confused, right? because this kind of, it's coming out of nowhere. Like, she has been pretty distant recently, past week or two, ever since school got out. But I didn't think it would extend to this point, right? So I've been sitting, all of today and yesterday just confused. And today, or Wednesday, she unfollowed me Instagram, Snapchat, not TikTok. Today she unfollowed me on TikTok, so she's covering her grounds, I guess. So stand on business, I guess, champ. Anyways, yeah. Don't know how many times I can tell you this, but this sucks. Because I really liked hanging out with this person. Even though I thought of him romantically, I really enjoyed being friends. And it sucks that I don't get to have that anymore. I thought I found a lifelong friend. And I didn't. So, yeah, so shit's wicked. Yeah. It's just, it's really confusing. Anywho, sorry, you know what? I think the worst part about this is obviously losing the friend, right? But I'll never know why. Because she's not going to respond. Because that's mature. Bitch. But yeah, not going to respond. I don't blame you if you really don't like someone. Why would you? But I just, aside from losing the person, the worst part is I'll never know why. And I genuinely can't think of anything I did over like the last 2 weeks to warrant this. I'm not a bad person. I don't say bad things. I don't badmouth other people. Well, I mean, to a certain extent, some people kind of deserve it. Anyways. But yeah, I feel like shit. This is the like bi-monthly suicidal thought the week or something. Maybe not. But yeah, that's weird. I never would have thought this would have happened, right? She was super nice and funny and smart, and I think my favorite thing about her was she was emotionally mature, and I never would have pegged her for someone's emotionally unstable daughter. I never would have thought that. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm still in shock. Like, I'm really thinking like, damn, I just spent so much, time and doing all this shit with this person, and it's over? Like that? Like, how does that work? How is that fair? Look, you're a grown human being. You can do whatever you'd like, but that's not fair to me. I don't deserve this. I didn't do anything wrong. Like, that's the worst part. I know I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't act wrong. The reason I say I turned a platonic evening into a date is because I was awkward. Not because I made any moves. Not like I did anything, sexual or flirty. I was just awkward. That's it. And so it's just baffling to a brother that this happens. And I don't know how to recover from this. Like, this shit sucks a lot. I mean, another topic I had written down on my fantastic sheet of notes for videos is feeling powerless. That was about a different thing, but that applies to this. I feel there's literally nothing I could do unless I want to show up to her house. But I'm not weird. I'm not doing that. And if this is some sort of test to get me to do that, I'm fucking flunking. This shit is ridiculous, man. I'm so just like genuinely distraught. I don't understand. which leads me to my next topic, the overwhelming feeling of loneliness. Ew. Yeah, so out of the 19, no, shit, I'm almost 20, man. I've been on Earth for 19 and, I don't know, fucking 6 months. I have been in a relationship for 3 of those months. I am as lonely as it gets. Now, I've got friends. I hope you do too, but I have really good friends. So obviously that's, makes a difference. But in the feeling of love, that isn't like, in the feeling of romantic love, I am about as lonely as it gets. So, I feel like I have a valid say on the feeling of loneliness, and it sucks. In the last video, I covered, man versus his thoughts after like 10 p.m. That shit still happens. It happens nightly, almost. And it's gotten so bad that those videos start popping up during the day. There's no scrolling, laughing, and saving anymore. It's just like fucking cornball. It's just depression. Serious. It's only this. And it's so like mentally draining. I feel so like unmotivated to do anything. I don't want to go hang out with anybody. I don't want to go see anybody or talk to anybody or do anything. I go get fucking Wingstop and chill in my room watching The Sidemen for hours. That is now the highlight of my day. And this shit sucks. Don't get me wrong, Wingstop and Sidemen are cool. I don't want to be doing that for like 16 hours a day. Almost like 4 or 5 days a week. That sucks, dude. That is a horrible life to live. So how this, ties in to the whole shitball of shit I've been talking about. I feel so much more lonely now that this person's gone. I enjoy talking to her. I enjoyed hanging out with her. Shit, she would call me crying and asking for advice. And not that that's a good thing that she's crying, but, I will never have this person in my life again. And it sucks. And it makes me feel lonely. I liked her in a very romantical way, but I assumed she didn't feel the same way back, so I was happy just being a friend. I enjoyed that. But even so, that was, detrimental to myself, right? Anyway, so yeah, I'm alone. I'm back to fucking Hinge, which sucks. By far the best dating app. And I'd rate about a 0.3 out of 10. That app sucks. Dating app sucks. I fucking hate them. And meeting people in person is so weird. It's so weird. The only reason I was able to meet this person is because she got forced to come over to talk to me by another person. So, as fate would have it, ooh, here we go. And now that's in the shitter. Right? So, yeah. Moral of the story, I'm lonely as fuck. When is it gonna be my turn? I don't know. I'm sick of seeing people happy. I feel bad, but like I'm tired of it. But yeah, so yeah, it's over. This sucks. I hate myself, and I still really like her, but I really hate the way, that her decision to cut me off with zero indication why, no message. I have to find out. And do you want to read my message? That's rude as fuck. No lie. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my story. Comment below what food I should go grab now, because I'm pretty hungry. I'm probably just gonna go grab Wingstop, and I'm not gonna see your comments until like never, because nobody's gonna comment on this dumb shit. But thanks for listening, and to the one person that subscribed, thank you. I wish you guys would watch more than 7 seconds of my video. That's the longest someone's reached, so I'll take it though. 7 more seconds than I expected. With that being said, thank you fellas and ladies for watching, and if you are happy, then I am happy for you. PSA, just tell people how you're feeling and don't just entirely cut them off, because that's not cool to do. Anyways, yeah, thank you and goodbye.